received from the public portion of our city council meeting. If you'd like to address the city council, you need to sign up. If you ran out and you still want to speak after everyone, we'd be glad to have you come up. If you didn't get a card, someone will bring you one or get your name. Any comments should be directed to the council as a whole, not to individual council members or city staff. This is your opportunity to raise a question or present a request of the council. However, in most cases, the city council members will not respond to public comments, but may refer a matter to the city manager or staff for follow-up. We ask that you speak from the podium in a civil, non-argumentative, and respectful manner. Personal attacks which have the potential to disrupt the meeting will not be tolerated, and you will be asked to sit down or removed from the meeting. We'd also ask you, if you come forward, to limit your remarks to 3 minutes or less, and we'll give you a heads up at about 2.5 minutes. I will just say this, there are 2 public hearings tonight, and if you are here for one of those public hearings, we'd ask you to wait until that time. One is a public hearing 14A. It has to do with some rezoning requests, and item 15 is one that has to do with our assessment of fair housing, which I think maybe the most comments will come from that. But we'll ask you, if you want to speak to those items, wait until we get to that point. So at this point, I do have some people that signed up to come up and speak at the petition part of the meeting. One is a Mary and J.W. Spencer. Ask you to come forward at this time. If not going to do it? Okay. Then we're going to have Randy Adcox. If you come down again, limit your remarks to 3 minutes or less.
Thank you, Mayor. I am Randy Adcox, 3212 North Halifax Road. I really just got some questions, and I didn't know where to direct these, so I'm not expecting an answer tonight. Someone could just get back with me. And I've been asked these questions by other people that knew I was coming, so these are not necessarily my questions, but they've been asked of me to relate to the staff. About a month ago, I spoke to the council and requested that we look at putting together a gang task force for the city of Rocky Mount. I've not heard anything back from anyone, so I just want to kind of see where that stood. Secondly, I was asked to inquire about whether or not there's going to be a list of staff positions available at the new event center. Not sure about how many employees are going to be over there, but if there's a list of potential or prospective new employees, I had some folks ask me about that. Also, procedures for vendors to submit bids for everything from furnishing to office equipment, these kind of things for the new event center. Didn't know if there was a procedure to go through to get bids submitted for that. And lastly, someone asked me to ask the council about any plans to add additional parking in the area around the event center. The question was presented to me with the number of expected guests at some of the events. There's some concern that there may not be enough parking in that area. So just want to inquire about any plans to increase parking in the area. That's all I've got. Thank you for your time.
We'll try to have somebody get back to you.
Okay.
Darlene Spencer Harris.
I'll wait for the hearing.
Wait for the hearing, okay. Bronson Williams.
Good evening to you. I remember former manager Charles Pitty said he was going to take Rocky Mount from good to great. I still remember that when he took his oath of office, and I will say he certainly has had a lasting impact on our city. And we do believe that our current city manager will also have a lasting impact as well from the great leadership he's already shown with many things in the city. I will say one question too is, informed the question just now, I do know that our chief does have a gang unit that is in our police department. I had a conversation with Chief some months ago, and so they do understand and realize that gangs are in Rocky Mount and still have that unit in place for that. I'm excited, one, about the downtown event center to see the things that are happening in our downtown community. And as the city, when I was looking at the community at whole meeting today, the current focus on dealing with the gentrification and having a real definition as to what that means, and getting the right information out to the community. I think that's a lot of our challenges, but I think that we're seeing that being combated. So I want to encourage you to stay the course.
Thank you. Johnny Cunningham.
Johnny Cunningham, 905 Branch Street. Poverty still exists in our communities. We have a task force. We're comprised of ex-convicts, gang members, young men that's unskilled, uneducated, high school dropout, criminal background. But for the last 28 years, we've been working in our community. I remember, before I came to Rocky Mount, my parents died at 15. From 15 to 18, I was homeless. Just like these young guys running around in our impoverished communities today. From 18 to 22, I was incarcerated. From 22 to 31, we worked in Clark Street, Penny Street community for 9 years, and we rebuilt that entire community. There was not one house that wasn't occupied. Check the record. It'll prove me right. When I came here, the conditions of that community is just like it is today. You have rows and rows and rows of houses empty, boarded up, and abandoned. It's a blessing to be able. It's 28 years have passed for you. For me, it was just like yesterday. Because when I came here with a brilliant plan. Because that plan was based on my life experiences. And these young men that's suffering in these impoverished communities, I was just like them. So we had the answer. We had the plan, our master plan. It was such a great plan that the city of Rocky Mount, they grabbed hold of it, took that vision, and made it plain, and a lot of people profits from it. But we did. Rocky Mount Housing Authority, same thing. The Edgecombe Community Development Corporation, not economic business, so don't get you confused. They thought it was a brilliant plan, and it convinced me, because they too prospered from it. But the people that the plan was designed for, 28 years ago, they didn't prosper. And right now today, they're not prospering. And today, our community
You got about 30 seconds, Mr. Cunningham.
is boarded up and full of poverty. This is an opportunity. It's amazing how opportunities just keep coming around and around and around. You can really tear down, I think it's 8 houses. That's a tune of $100,000. Just imagine if one man can rebuild an entire community with absolutely nothing but faith. How much can he do with that $100,000 versus tearing a house down? Let's rebuild our community and use these funds in a positive manner versus a destructive one. Thank you.
Thank you. Cleo Evans. And remind everyone to keep your remarks to 3 minutes or less.
Good evening. I'm Cleo Evans, 7201 Sunflower Road, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I would like to say good evening to the mayor and to this great city council. I come to you today to hope for a resolve in some of the issues that has been addressed basically throughout the community, and that is a lack of supervision for our teenagers and lack of places for them to go. I came to ask for an opportunity to see if there was any type of things that we can do in order to help our youth in the community. We have an opportunity to put in arcades. They like entertainment. It stimulates the brain. I work with students who are at risk in the Edgecombe County Public Schools, an alternative learning program for Hope. I see all the time the interest that our students have, and sometimes even our adults in arcades and gaming. And I do believe this is an opportunity to take a lot of our youth off the street and have them to attend some of these facilities. There is nothing for our youth to do during the summertime, a lot of places. Lots of times they're hanging in the street because they don't have other opportunities to go places. I want an opportunity to have gaming rooms or arcades placed in the city of Rocky Mount to see what your ordinances are against these gaming. Particularly, I have Ocean King gaming machines for our students that are arcades, and sometimes I have them to even play these arcades at school, different opportunities to gain points or to gain, I would say, advantages where it comes to thinking. So these gaming rooms are not internet cafes, they are gaming arcades, and I just want to make that perfectly clear for entertainment purposes. So I would like some feedback on what your status is for getting game rooms and arcade rooms throughout the city of Rocky Mount.
Just, can you give her a number and maybe give her a call?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. If I call your name and you are here to speak on the fair housing, just tell me you're waiting until that time. Cornelia Steve Cooper? Okay. I know Susan Perry Cole is waiting for that. A Robert Davis? Okay. Tanisha Patterson?
Fair housing.
Okay. I think most of these are Mary Warren. Okay. And Charles Chambliss.
Fair housing.
Okay. All right. Are there any other petitions from the public at this time? If not,